Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Chase here at Rocky Mountain. Thank you so much for checking in. I'm excited to talk to everyone today about our Racetech fork and shock springs. I've said it before in other videos. It is very important, no matter what bike you have, whether it's used or new, to make sure that you have the correct spring rates. And what I'm excited about is that we have made it very easy for you to find and get the right springs. So I've had a lot of people ask, hey, how do I know what spring rate I need? Where can I find that information? You can find it this easily. Just go to the product page for the fork springs or the shock spring. You can click the link in the description. But once you're there, just enter the year, make, and model of the bike that you have. Once you've done that, then you just use the drop-down menu that is right there. And all you're gonna do is just go through and you're gonna find what window your weight falls into. So for me, I weigh 175 pounds, so I just use that drop-down menu. I go down and find out what weight range I fit into and then look at the spring rate that I need and select it. It's really that easy. Now, I do want to point out that all those spring rates are based off of Racetech's calculations, so that's what they would recommend. And those ratings or those recommendations are for an intermediate B rider. If you're saying A rider, or you feel like you're going at higher speeds, or just maybe you're free riding, doing bigger jumps, you maybe want to go up one spring rate, but that is what Racetech is recommending, is those weight ranges, and then they give you the rates. Now, in some cases, if you have an adventure bike, you might have a good spring rate for just you, but if you're going to be loading that bike up with a bunch of luggage, you're adding a lot of weight to it, now your springs are going to be probably too soft. So in that case, you'd want to go up in spring rate, and again, use that drop-down menu depending on the bike that you have, and we'll have different offerings for you. So it's that easy now to just say, okay, this is my weight range. It might be, though, that if your motorcycle came with the correct spring rates, they might already be on your bike. So don't just assume that you have to get new springs because you have a new motorcycle. And really, just look at your owner's manual. They will give you that information. If you bought the bike used, just be sure to ask the person that you bought it from, or if you're going to buy a bike used, make sure you ask them, hey, did you change the spring rate? Do you know what spring rate is on the bike right now? So a couple key points of information. But let's talk about why, real quickly, you need to have the correct spring rates on your motorcycle. Spring rates, what the spring does is it supports the weight of the bike and the weight of the rider. And your springs and your valving on your motorcycle work together. If you're sprung too soft or too stiff, the valving's never going to really be able to do its job. And a common complaint that people get is their suspension feels harsh, and a lot of times they just want to blame it on the valving when they might be able to fix that problem pretty easily by just having the correct spring rates. And I did a great video with TJ Bronson from 891 Suspension where we go really in depth about all of this. So I would definitely recommend watching that if you're not too familiar with just suspension in general and how it works. Give that video a watch and it'll totally make sense to you how and why you need to have the correct spring rates and the correct valving for you, your skill level, the type of riding that you're going to be doing. But we make it very simple again to get the correct spring rates. We have a ton of different options. And I do want to point out too that a lot of riders, so the Racetech Gold Valve combo kits that we have for forks and shocks are super popular. A lot of riders love these. This is actually what I have right now on my 2021 Honda 450R. Been very happy with it. We even have a how-to video that shows you how to install these from your own home. So with the proper tools and watching that video, it can save you a ton of money because you don't have to take your suspension to a tech, and you learn how to do your own suspension. But I will say, a lot of people will just buy these Gold Valve combo kits but not make sure that they do have the correct spring rates. So you want to get the two at the same time if you're going to be going through your suspension. But like I said, very easy. I'm happy about this. We took a lot of work to get this all dialed in for you guys, but we know a lot of riders out there are looking for the correct spring rates, and a lot of times you can get kind of lost not knowing what spring rate you're going to need. So we've gotten with Racetech, we've got all that information. Now you can just grab your springs right from Rocky Mountain and they will ship to you super fast. If you have questions or comments though, we'd love to get those answers, so make sure leave those in the comment section below. To grab yours, click the link or head to RockyMountainATVMC.com. As always, we ship for free over 75 bucks. If you like this video, get subscribed to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel, hit that notification bell, and that way you always stay up to date. I am Chase, and we'll see you on the trails.